What's up? How you doing? Doing doing well, Jake. How's our audio coming in?
Oh, wonderful. It's going good.
Okay, good. You can hear her well. Can you hear us well, Kasey?
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. How do we pronounce your last name?
Catal.
Catal. All right, we wanted to make sure that we got that right. Um, so we want to first thank you for coming out tonight and hanging out with us for a little bit. We have decided, well, first of all, we're up and coming podcast, so we have decided that we want to kind of take a different direction when it comes down to interviewing. A lot of people try to to really kind of go out of the way, and I think that when it comes down to professional wrestling, the indie wrestlers are the foundation of what we do. Like you guys make it happen for all of us as wrestling fans. Like we inspire, we want you guys to inspire to get to the big leagues, but y'all do amazing things where y'all are right now. And I think that needs to be recognized and a light needs to be shined on it. So when our friend Blake, which you've been corresponding with on the Instagram page, brought you up and we got to see some of your work, we were very excited to have you. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, and we also big fan of female wrestling. So,
Awesome.
yes, 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 yes. We see your baby in the background too. Like, what's your dog's name?
Oh, that's Coco.
Coco. I have two dogs as well, Sebastian and Jindo, which they've been banned from the room because they'll howl and talk to you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
She might cut in. She might cut in, so we'll see.
It's okay. It's all right. So I am Teron Bishop. I am the host of the show. Jake, which is here as well with us, is our producer. And Javon is my best friend from childhood. I've known him ever since I was 5 years old.
Ah,
Yeah. And it was our kind of dream back in the day, which we didn't know, to be podcast host. So here we are.
he's like,
So we're gonna keep it light, we're gonna keep it airy, we're gonna keep it fresh. We're not gonna stick to a script. That's no fun, right? We don't get to know people that way, but we still want you to have time to be able to highlight yourself, tell your story, and just shine some light on what you do as a professional athlete.
yeah, of course.
Perfect. Jake, anything I need to get out of the way for housekeeping before we start?
Yeah. So on this show, we kind of like to do like handles and stuff, like nicknames, and we couldn't find like a nickname for you, unfortunately. So if you have one, feel free to just say it. We can introduce you as that or whatever.
Some people don't want to say what I like kind of go by now because it's a little bit ridiculous, but I do go by the lean, mean, trashy machine.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
Queen.
Okay, that was my nickname in high school.
Yes.
Yeah, so I just call myself trash. So
The lean mean trashy machine. I love it. Like
and
Jake-
every time an announcer's like, "You really want me to call you trash?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do."
So we gotta have to question that when we go live, most definitely. So just so you're not surprised, we'll kind of give you like a loose skeleton of what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We're gonna intro into the normal podcast as you're sitting like right in front of us in the group. Then we're gonna kick right into war games. We want to see how you feel about war games and how you interacted with the show. Did you watch?
I did not watch it.
Oh no! Well,
sorry, I saw highlights.
Okay, so you saw highlights. So you saw some of the women's match, right?
Yes, I saw like the trash can. Yeah, I saw. Like,
okay, perfect. That's enough. Like, that's enough. So we can talk about, what you feel about war games. Then we're gonna let you go into introducing yourself to the world from the podcast. Then we're going to some questions, and we normally do something called the Monday Night Mailbox, which is Javon's like mailbox. We have listeners to call in or send emails in that ask us like random questions. Some of these questions could be crazy. We don't usually open the mailbox to the day we start recording, so the questions catch us off guard. So it's really fun. So we want you to answer a question, if that's okay with you.
You got it. Yeah, of course.
Perfect. All right, Jake. Anything else?
No, that's it. Let's go. Let's do it.
All right. So am I good to go?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the hardest part of the ring with your host, better than the best, Teron Bishop. Always to my right and ready to fight is Mr. Monday Night. To my left is the guy that makes us feel good and makes us sound good. Jacoby. Oh, nope, I didn't even do it right. Jacoby.
You
Are you
got to give
happy?
him the Oprah entrance.
I'm sorry. I gave him the clean one. And ladies and gentlemen, we have something special for you guys today. We have a special guest. We have the lean, mean, trashy machine, Kasey Catal, with us.
Hi.
Hi.
You're like
Hi.
questioning it. You're like, now do I have to say it?
I was like, do I want to say it? No, but I want to say thank you for coming to see us today. We greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So we've promised some of our listeners just different segments, and we wanted to give back to the indie community. So Indie Underground is what we call this segment. So you are actually our first guest on Indie Underground.
Ooh, thanks. I'm honored.
So when we go back and listen to the stages of history, you'll be the first person.
Yes. When this
Yes.
blows up huge, I could be like, I was the first one.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You will be the first one, and I'm super excited. So well, I can actually say this now because we have a lady on the squad. Ladies and germs. Let's talk about just touch on just a little. We'll get more in detail with it later on, but let's touch on war games. How did it make you guys feel? Monday night?
What?
What you think about war games, man?
I thought it was good. They got 2 war games matches is too much. I think I was good with just one. I think I would have been good with just one, but I think the women's match was great. I thought both matches was great, but by the time you got to the second one, it was like, okay, I kind of seen a lot of the stuff y'all are doing already. So it would be nice. Like next time, let's just do one, and we'll figure out what we can do for the second one.
So Kasey, the fans haven't got to know you just yet, so I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but I'm just gonna go there. Like, it was a lot of hardcore shit happening in this women's war games. What was the highlight that you enjoyed?
Oh man, I mean, all the women in that match specifically, like they're all really badass, and a lot of them, like Candace and Shotzi and Rhea, like they come from sort of like a grimy, hardcore sort of background. So I knew it was going to be a fight, especially in a war games match. It was a fight. It was brutal. And I love that people were so receptive towards it, because sometimes, people aren't super receptive towards women fighting in like a hardcore or a tough, violent match. So I think that was the best part, just seeing everybody's respect for the women after that match.
Yeah, they got some standing O's, most definitely.
Yeah.
Jacoby.
Hi. What's up?
What did you enjoy about the women's match, since we're highlighting that one?
I mean, obviously, like I'm always a big fan of the spots and everything, but like I really appreciated the tone that each woman brought to the match. Like, I didn't really feel like there was a dull moment. I mean, from like a I don't know, like a harsh critical standpoint, I don't think it was like a perfect match. Like I thought that it was kind of weird having the faces with an advantage and them not really. I felt like they didn't really pull it off like that. Like I felt like there were some psychological problems within the match, but overall, I did think it was a lot more fun than it could have been. Like with the women involved, I knew it was going to be good, and I thought it met that. But I do think that they left some on the table where it could have been better. But if I had to pick one spot out of all of them, I mean, Ember hitting that eclipse onto the chair was probably like so dope. You know what I mean?
So everybody in the world's talking about it. It's the Io Shirai with the trash can off the top of the cage. Probably going to be the spot of the next 2 years, next to my girl Gonzalez and her choke slam through the ladder, which was brutal. That was craziness. I've never seen anything like that done by a female athlete. That was just too, man. Like I can't wait to see that. She's championship material.
Oh yeah, she's
Most def. She's gonna grab a title sooner than later.
absolutely.
Okay, so that was a little snippet in the war games. But now we're gonna shine the spotlight on our guests. Miss Catal,
Yes.
tell us about yourself.
Oh man, where do I begin? I am a New Yorker. I'm originally from New York, and I live in New Jersey now, unfortunately. I started wrestling about 5 years ago. Started training about 5 years ago at a Creative Pro, and that was still run by Brian Myers and Pat Buck. I got into this crazy world of wrestling, like really random, because a guy introduced me into wrestling, and my first introduction was an indie show, and it was like a hardcore indie show. Surprise, surprise, surprise. And I just fell in love with it. So I've been kind of doing it ever since. I've been living like my little gypsy life. And it's funny because when I was little, I said I wanted to be in the circus. So now I'm like kind of in a circus. So it kind of works out.
Perfect. So, hey, look, I know that you've actually just been inspired by a few wrestlers, Natalia, Molly Holly, Tommy Dreamer. Like, so I want to know, because I've watched some of your video. I watched quite a bit over the last week, yeah. And first thing, the front flip power driver into the table. Do you remember?
The Canadian Destroyer, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Like I was like, it's no way this girl, it's no way. Like through the table. Yeah. It was craziness. So I know you've been inspired by a few different wrestlers, male and female. Mm-hmm. If you had to face one of the people that inspired you right now, today, who would that person be out of that short list of names that I gave you?
I want to say the females, but I have to go with Chris Jericho only because I don't know how much longer he's going to be doing this, and he's still doing it. And I'm like, all right, he's my all-time favorite wrestler. So, so inspired by him, and he can get down and dirty too with his, fighting style. So I think that would be epic.
So, what do you enjoy about Chris Jericho the most? Is it his style, like his wrestling style, or do you like his mic work?
Everything. I mean, he can do everything. And what I am most impressed about him is that he constantly evolves with the times, and he's always relevant. He can do amazing things as a face. He can do amazing things as a heel. Like he's just always thinking of something, and to reinvent yourself that much for that many years is like unbelievable, because it's even hard to figure out who you are as a wrestler when you first start, and you're like, it takes years to even figure that out. So the fact that he's nailed it so well and he can continuously reinvent himself is like so impressive.
And we were talking about this on the podcast, how he is literally the greatest of all times. For 30 years he's recreated himself, and he hasn't missed.
Right.
Like, every time he shot his shot, it is hit every time. And it's been memorable. I would love to see how it will work in an intergender match with you and Chris Jericho. I think he needs to watch out for that Canadian Destroyer.
I don't think he would ever do an intergender match, but I'm here.
We can dream, right? Dream big, right?
If you're not dreaming big enough, like it's not worth it. You got to top it. So yes,
most definitely. So I've highlighted that Canadian Destroyer. Is that your finisher? Like, what is your finisher? What is your signature?
So my finisher is usually a hangman's neck breaker. So I'll like hang the guy on the top and swing him over. But yeah, I haven't really done it in a while. It's just been like these crazy matches where I'm either tapping someone out or like just random finishes, quick finishes, roll ups. So it's really, I haven't had to use it, which is kind of cool.
Okay. All right. And right now you are a champion, correct?
Yeah, I'm actually a double champ right now.
Oh, hold on. I missed this. So you're empowered champion. What's the other championship?
And I am the cruiserweight crown champion of Synergy Pro Wrestling. First woman to hold a title.
Holy shit.
That was from that Canadian Destroyer match.
Right.
Kasey Dose Straps over here.
Oh no, yeah, Kasey Dose Straps.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not really a strap. I got a crown instead of a belt, but we can still go with it.
But now, okay, so you a hardcore princess or queen? No, we ain't gonna say princess. We gonna leave. No, you ain't from Jersey. You a New Yorker. You a queen. Okay.
Thank you.
You a queen. You're a New Yorker.
I'm a New Yorker. Yeah.
So moving right along through. So I was looking, and from what I understand, you are married to a wrestler, correct?
Correct. Yes.
So how does that work? Do y'all like test moves? Do y'all talk shop? Like how is it being married to another professional wrestler?
All of the above. My husband, he's been wrestling, I think it's going on a decade now. He's incredible. He's also the Synergy champion over there, the heavyweight champion. He's amazing just in the ring, but he's also like a very big deathmatch guy. So he's like, if you think my stuff was extreme, like you got to see his stuff. Like it gives me a heart attack every time I watch him. But yeah, it's actually really fun. And people say that it could cause a lot of like issues with personal and stuff. And honestly, I find it amazing because you have somebody else who understands your commitment to something. And it's really hard to go meet someone and be like, I'm a professional wrestler and like, I'm not going to be able to see you like 5 days out of the week. And I got to go train and I got to go travel and I can't be on my phone. And I have to, it's always, you're constantly working, whether you're at home posting something or putting a highlight video together or going to train. So, we both kind of understand that. So if I'm like, I haven't seen you in 2 weeks because you're traveling or whatever, like, it's like, okay, I'll see you when you get back. Like, good luck. So I think that supportiveness is really helpful. And, I don't like wrestling him, but everything else is great. He hurts.
So, speaking of hurt, your in-ring style, like it's pretty hardcore. And again, when we're sitting in our briefings and we're talking about who we're going to bring onto the show and things as such, it's kind of, you don't know who you're going to get, right? So when you're being described to me, I'm thinking, oh my God, like I'm not even ready for this. Like this girl probably, she ain't gonna have on no makeup, she ain't gonna care, she gonna say fuck a whole bunch. Yeah. I'm not prepared. Like, but then they show me your picture and I'm like, she ain't no way she doing hardcore. So I know you get that a lot from other people. Yeah. So two-part question. Yeah. Why hardcore style, right? And what is some of the reactions you've gotten from your peers and also others that find out that you are a hardcore wrestler?
Yeah. So yeah, I get that a lot with the hardcore stuff. And it's I like to describe my style as just me. You know what I mean? Because I can hang, I can wrestle, but like I am kind of a psycho. So there's gonna be something in the match that's a little bit crazy, but that's just me. You know what I mean? So I kind of go with that. I think it's been an advantage and a disadvantage in a way. But yeah, like I'm not afraid to get dirty. I'm not afraid to brawl, and I'm not afraid to like pull out some random fancy move that people are like, oh, I didn't know she could do that. So whatever's necessary for the match. But yeah, there's always going to be like that little psycho moment because that's just who I am. And yeah, people are surprised, even at like work, at like my shoe job, people are like, you're a wrestler? Like you're 5'0" like, is that blood on your face? Is that real blood? Like, did you have to go to the hospital? And it's crazy because, don't judge a book by its cover. You know what I mean? Because I can go out there. I'm not afraid of anything. Like, and I think that's one of the things too, is like, I love adrenaline and my fear level is really slim in the ring. So I'm willing to kind of do whatever it takes. And yeah, it shocks people a lot.
So also your background, I was reading that you were into dance and you're into some theater and things and such. So the other half of it, the psychological part of wrestling, is the drama and the dramatics and the flair.
That's where I flourish.
and right. So right now in current wrestling and across the board, if it's even somebody in the indies, who is the best promo work other than Jericho? Because I know you're gonna say Jericho. Cut him out. Who's the best promo work you know right now?
Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston?
Eddie Kingston.
There we go. Yeah. Yes.
So, Kasey, fun story. We have what we call the snack counter on the show, right? So Jake thought it would be fun for me, because I'm pretty picky, and Javon know I'm pretty picky too, to pick the most attractive wrestler, male or female, that I think, and highlight them, right?
Oh, God.
So I chose Eddie Kingston,
Okay.
and they looked at me like I was crazy.
Oh, Eddie Kingston is beautiful.
Boom! See, Javon, what you got to say? What now?
Rocky, sorry.
We never questioned Eddie Kingston's good looks. We questioned you.
What do you mean?
Appreciating Eddie Kingston's good looks. That's what we questioned.
What do you mean? He's a good-looking dude. And he got some swagger. And I told y'all it's the New York swagger and the eyes.
What it is.
That's the attitude. Yeah.
Yeah, the eyes.
Right.
Okay.
Now he dressed like he shop at TJ Maxx, but that's a whole nother story. I wouldn't fuck with that dress wear. No, ma'am. He needs a gay friend. That's what he needs in life. To help get him. He needs to what, Kasey?
He's a stylist.
He needs a yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. He needs one of those. Because I ain't gonna let my man walk out there. If Daddy Dissy walks out, which is my husband, Kasey, is that he has a handle too. Daddy, you don't even want to know why. But Daddy Dissy walks out there looking a mess. We can't have that. We can't have him looking a mess. So Eddie Kingston's girlfriend needs to get him together so he can be right.
Hear that? Get it together.
Exactly.
I didn't say it, but
Oh God. So your family, again, hardcore wrestler, you 5 foot nothing. You got any brothers?
No.
Sisters?
2 sisters, yeah.
Okay, oldest or young? Are you older or younger?
I'm the youngest.
Oh no. What does mom think about all of this?
Oh my God. When I first told her, she was like, why? And then she was like, all right, like, and she thought I was gonna quit in like a week. And then I started doing it, and then she was okay with it. She came to my first match. My whole family came to my first match. She was so about it. Like, she had big signs. I still have the signs. It was so cute.
Aww.
And then I broke my nose, and like bad. Like, I shattered my face. Like, my nose was like off my face.
Oh no.
And I was managing. I wasn't even wrestling. This is like before I even like started like actually having singles matches. And I came home. It was in New Jersey, and I was still living in New York. So one of the guys drove me home, and my mom was furious. She was like, they're gonna stick something in your nose and then straighten it. And then the plastic surgeon comes in. He's like, you need surgery. I'm gonna leave for a second, put like 15 stitches in my nose. And my mom's like, I'm never doing this again. I'm never watching you do this again. Because I had video of it. It was just like, here, Mom, is that my nose? So she was terrified. But then I got the opportunity to have a squash match on Raw with Asuka. And after that, she was like, you could do it. I'm so proud of you. So then she was like the proud mom moment. And now she's back to like, well, I don't really know. And, so she has her moments, but she's been very supportive.
That's awesome.
So you've had a couple of matches outside of your indie. You had Raw with Asuka, which was pretty awesome. And then you also had Impact as well, correct?
Yeah, it was like an Impact Wrestle Pro like joint show. Yeah.
Okay. So if you had to, like, right, and I know like this is a loaded question, right? But it's a question that I'm curious to know in this wrestling climate that we're in, especially for women's wrestling.
Yeah.
If you had to pick a promotion, where are you going?
Major promotion.
Major promotion. Where are you going? And will we get free tickets? And I mean, I don't not them cheap seats, honey. Don't do that to me, okay? I don't do anything cheap.
Ringside.
Thank you.
Jeez.
Well, the first place I would probably go, but I mean, I don't know how long I'd be able to live in Japan. I would want to do New Japan, if that counts.
Counts for
but
sure.
To like long term, I would want to end up with the WWE. And the reason is because I'm improving and I'm very coachable, and I know that I have a lot of progress that I can make with the best trainers in the entire world. They're going to give me everything I need and on a silver platter and say, you just need to work hard and you need to be here and show up and show out. And I'm ready to do that. So I think that's where I will improve the most. I think the other places I wouldn't be ready for it. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't know exactly what I was getting into, and I don't want to have that opportunity and that door open and not be able to just ram it the hell down. You know what I mean? Like, because you get one chance. So you got to make that impression. And if you want to grow and you want to get big, you gotta really make that impression immediately.
Yeah. New Well, you said New Japan, so we're fans of New Japan. I'm a new fan of New Japan, but Jake and also Javon love some New Japan wrestling.
Yeah.
When you said New Japan, though, like in my mind, I can see it. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
strong style, and it's that hard hitting, and
Hell
the
yeah.
fans and the atmosphere. I would just really love to learn.
what you say, Javon?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, was that Jake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I said with her style and what we've seen, she would fit in over there perfectly with strong style, no doubt in my mind.
Right, right. WWE is a good place, and I like your thought process, Kasey. Though, like, and I wouldn't have thought about it the way you explained it. Is if you do go to a smaller promotion per se, you don't get that hands-on training, and that development, and that work put into you, that investment put into you, like the WWE does with the Performance Center and NXT. And like in the dark matches and things as such, they do put a lot of they've invested a lot of time into their sports entertainers.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, if it didn't work out there, I mean, you're leaving there with a crap ton of knowledge, and you work with the best of the best, and you can bring that with you to other places, and then possibly be more successful at those places. You know what I mean? Like,
For sure.
they're putting all these people on dark. Like, if they put me on dark, like people be like, okay, cool, like that was decent, but like, what now? You know what I mean? And I want to be ready. Like, I want to go out there and make an impression. Like, I'm not just going to go out there for a little bit of publicity and have people forget about me,
Yeah. Especially right now, just women's wrestling, just as a whole, right? This last 5 years has been amazing for women's wrestling. The Sasha Bankses, the Baileys, like the Charlotte Flairs, the Ember Moons. Like, it's so many people that have really put in work and time to make this evolution and revolution happen. My question is, do you still feel like there's more to do? Like, because I think that we're kind of at a point. Do you see what I'm saying? Like right now?
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's more work to do? And what is that work? What needs to happen to continue this fire to be fanned?
Just more representation, and just making it more normal that there's more than one or two or three women's matches on a card, or just making it the norm, just like the men's, you know what I mean? And really training and raising great women talent, you know what I mean? Not just throwing a random girl on there to throw them out, you know what I mean? Because that represents all of us. Like, I want someone out there, like, super hard worker, like, that's going to make us be like, okay, you open the door for me now. So we all really have to work together, but it's still very competitive. And I think that's one of the issues, is that these women are fighting. Like, we're all fighting for that one spot on like that one indie show because there's only one women's match, or you're the only woman on the show and you're a manager. You know what I mean? So it's like, you really want the eyes to be on you. Like, oh, that's my opportunity because I'm the only girl. So I still definitely think there's a lot of growing to do. And with the speaking out movement too, like just with how we're treated, I think that's going to be really helpful as we continue to grow,
So two parts to that, because you touched on something that I do want to kind of see from your perspective about speaking out. But the on the indie circuit, is it really super competitive with women's? I would feel that it would be more open.
It depends. It depends. If you ask me, it was a lot worse when I started. Just because, it would be like one women's match. Everybody fought to get that one match. So then there's two people. And then there are people who are way more experienced, and I was not experienced at all. You know what I mean? And I got very lucky. Like, my squash match with Asuka was my third singles match ever. So I was brand new. I was brand new and people didn't like that. So automatically I kind of had a stigma to me, like, you know, oh, she thinks she's better, which no, I just got lucky, the right place, the right time, like, and you know, I did what I could. And that was kind of the thing. And I was always very grateful for it. I still am. But yeah, it's very competitive and you'll see that. And that's why people ask me about intergender wrestling and do you like intergender wrestling? And like, I do, because I feel like it's more of a team effort in a certain way. You know what I mean? So I'm not bashing, like people are gonna be like, oh, she's bashing what? No, like it's just very competitive. With women, it's very, very competitive. And sometimes that person wants to look good so they can make a name. You know what I mean? And
But
shine.
I don't know why somebody would bash you for that statement, because again, what you're saying is you're being intelligent and putting yourself in a place to elevate women's wrestling.
Right.
That's so it's no bashing involved. You're using your head to get to where you need to go.
You know how social media works.
I know how social media works, but it's sad though to even think that way. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're scratching and clawing to get a space and you're just being smart, fuck them people. Like, you know what I mean? Fuck them.
Because all of them in that situation, they would have picked it too. Like they're not going to let that slip. So that's not right to hold that against you. You know?
Yeah. So if anybody come at you at social media, I'm a talker, right? Like, so I will flame anybody. And Javon, don't let Mr. Monday Night fool you. He quiet right now.
His wheels are turning.
He's the biggest heel in podcasts.
He's the biggest. I want you to take an opportunity to go listen. Kasey, if you get a chance, listen to last week's podcast and listen to Javon, the biggest heel on the planet.
Yes.
An asshole.
Learned a lot from watching the greats like Flair, Rude. Like,
oh, there you go.
No,
taking notes.
No, there you go.
Oh God. So part two, second part of the question is speaking out. We had a lot of discussion when it was weekly. We do a weekly cast. We do once a week, especially when since COVID happened, we only do one show a week. We did a lot of talking about speaking out. So from the indie perspective, what was the temperature in the world of the indie wrestling when that speaking out movement came out?
I don't know if you want to say it was like super hot because everybody was just angry, or super cold because everyone was so sad, you know?
Yeah.
We all knew what was going on, you know, because everyone's around it. You're constantly around it. And even if you're not experiencing it, you're seeing it, you know what I mean? It's very blatant. And you hear stories and, you know, women in locker rooms talking about things and where not to work. And it was tough though, you know, because you see it and you experience it, but then when you see like everything, just like here's like 50 pages of people just talking about the horrific experience that they had, you're like, it really sinks in and you're like, oh my God. Yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow and it's still happening and it's unfortunate. And I really hope that more people keep speaking out and the conversation doesn't die, because the more we talk about it, like the better things are going to be. And yeah, I mean, I've experienced some like really crappy things. I know a lot of people that I know have. It sucks. It really sucks.
So hot take for you, and you can answer if you want or not, right?
Yeah.
So people like who's back on TV? Velveteen Dream, right? We'll use him as an example, right? We'll just use it as, how does that make you feel to see he's back on TV? Because it's a mixed bag.
It is.
So what does that make you feel like? You know, so the speaking out movement happened. Now, bam, here goes Velveteen Dream or whoever, person A, B, C, they're back on TV. They're doing their thing like nothing happened. Yeah. How does that make you feel?
It's infuriating. You know what I mean? Because people get fired over the dumbest stuff there. You know what I mean? It's like you see people fired. I mean, God, for stupid stuff. And then you have this guy, you know, with what he was doing. And he's just like, okay, here's your great contract and your life in Orlando and, you know, TV time. And it's just crazy that so many people are clawing for that spot. And, you know, they make one mistake or they tweet something and they get fired. And, you know, somebody with disgusting allegations and disgusting things that he's done, like, why would you allow that on your television show, especially for them when it's so public, which shocked me. You know what I mean? And they let a lot of stuff slide, like, you know, with sex tapes and all this other stuff. They seem to just brush that out the window. But then, you know what I mean? Like, what? Come on. Like, these are big problems. You need a new PR person. Like,
yeah. So, I mean, I think, you know, we were talking about the other week how we don't see him often, like on TV. And we think that, you know, like the heat from the locker, because people in the locker room that feel like you know?
Yeah.
And it's people that you, obviously America feels how they feel, right? And again, Javon will tell you he's you know, innocent until literally black and white proven guilty, you know, like, and to a certain extent, I agree with Monday Night. I do agree with Javon. I agree with his thought process, you know, but then in the same breath, I'm just like, why would you even be in that situation anyway?
Right.
So it's kind of a mixed bag right now when it comes down to these situations with speaking out. I do feel like we don't need to let it die. Real people need to step up and have those conversations. I think that these people that just throw allegations because they mad at somebody, they caught some bad dick or, you know, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And they say, oh, he touched me inappropriately. They're diluting the situation and the problem, you know? So they need to sit in the corner somewhere and shut up and let the real people actually speak out. Because I saw a lot of that going on too during the movement. And I know you got social media, you understand. You see people that just hop on the bandwagon and that's ruining it for the people that's really affected.
Right.
So, Javon, any questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
I've been doing a lot of talking, right? So
we're used to that though.
Wow. Fucking rude, bitch. No. We're not doing this today. We have company. We have company in the house. Y'all will act correct.
We have been, Jake, haven't we?
I'd say so. Yeah.
Thank you. So, is it true that you are a fan of the Dallas Mavericks?
Die hard.
Oh,
girl, don't. You're baiting yourself into a trap, Kasey. Stop.
Not really. They have the future.
I only bring it up because I'm a Denver Nuggets fan, so we're in the Western Conference. So I'm like, okay.
Okay, we'll have some good rivalries going on this year.
Definitely.
We will. Well, y'all got a good team. I love Luka. He's
Luka.
amazing.
Yeah.
Wait for the backhanded comment.
What? If it's going to be any comment, it'll be towards Jake and those punk Miami Heat. But
oh, you're a Heat fan?
Oh yeah.
Their new city jerseys are insane.
Oh, I ordered one.
Did you?
Ordered one. Yeah. Oh yeah. I got my Jimmy Butler one coming. Yeah. It's kind of funny when I saw the Mavericks thing. I was like, really? Because not to be rude to you, but like I grew up hating them like a lot. Well, because in 06,
why did you hate Dirk?
In 06 they were in the finals against them, and I was coming into basketball at that point, and I was like, oh well, that must mean that they're rivals because they played in the finals once, you know. So, and then of course they got their revenge later on, but we won't talk about that one. No,
I won't bring it up.
Well, you know, Jake also hates basketball teams. He also hates barbershops, as you can tell by his head.
Throwing it out.
There you go.
You know, like he loves wind tunnels apparently, just because of his hair.
That's fired.
It's like every week, Kasey. You know, you just
the fun part is I destroy him every week just so hopefully he gets his shit together and then gets her there and found a nice young lady.
Okay, we can help you.
Yeah. Boom.
We can help you.
See. Everybody, we about to pass collection plate, Jake. We're gonna find you a girl, but you know, maybe we can find you a nice wrestler. Maybe that's what we need to do.
Don't get a wrestler. Don't do
it. Kasey, stop! You're not helping the situation none.
I'm sorry. I'll find you a nice girl, but don't do
it.
Oh my goodness. So, Kasey, we do a segment called the Monday Night Mailbox, and we're going to open a special piece of mail just for you.
Oh my God.
Like, so just a little history about the Monday Night Mailbox. Javon, Mr. Monday Night, we used to run 2 shows a week, and his was on Monday night. So to draw listeners to his show and take them away from my show, he created the Monday Night Mailbox, which now it just sticks. So we get a mailbox full of questions from a whole bunch of random people asking us from things from how should I wear my hair? Is me sharing a blanket with another dude gay? Like it's how they ask me whose penis looks bigger, whose ass looks bigger. Like it's all kinds of questions.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
wild, yeah.
It's wild. Like you gotta brace yourself.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
Right. So Javon, do we have a question for her? Ready to go?
Let me see. Let me see this first.
Oh God.
Oh,
Oh,
we
no.
do.
Oh boy. Okay.
All right.
Oh man. Okay.
Friends. So I have a life question for you. Oh, this is never good.
Ever.
So I'm at the gym and I approached this girl who has on this cool Young Bucks t-shirt, and she kind of doesn't give me the time of day. And then I was told by a male friend that you're not supposed to approach a girl in the gym. And I think that's stupid. And I think he's just playing with me. But I wanted to know, is it true that as a guy, we can't approach a girl in the gym? Thanks for the great content, Warren in Orlando.
Casey, the floor is yours.
Warren.
That's tough.
I always have terrible answers to things about like women things because I'm one of those people who really just doesn't give a fuck. So if somebody approached me at the gym and I was single, I would be like, hell yeah. Like I look good. I'm working out good. Like clearly I got his attention. That would make my confidence skyrocket through the roof. Some people think it's creepy. I mean, like wait till like after, if she's doing like a set or something, like wait till after. But I think that's completely normal. Like shoot your shot, dude. Like why do you care where it is? And I'd rather meet someone at a gym than a bar because at least you know they're taking care of themselves. Like
live your best life. Yes, ma'am.
Hey,
yes.
man, shoot or shoot, okay? All over. Like it is what it is. Like it's 2020 at this point. We could die tomorrow.
And then what's gonna happen? You get rejected, then what's the worst? You're gonna go home and be like, oh, I got rejected. Like who gives a shit? Go home.
At the gym though, where you were living your best life. Like, you know what I mean?
But it'll be more fuel to just work out like even more, you know?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
That was actually a good one, Javon. It was tame, but it was a good one. With your face, I looked at you. I was like, "This is about to be real bad."
I always answer questions. I always answer questions, and like people get pissed because I'm so chill. Like nothing really bothers me. So like I always answer questions. Like women would be like, "Don't touch me. Don't come near me." I'll be like, "Hell yeah!" Like
Hi. Right.
Shit.
So we also give our guests the opportunity to ask us anything, right? So, like I said, we're some up and comers, right? So a lot of people don't know a lot about us. Well, that's a lie. Like no, they know quite a bit thanks to Javon. They know everything about me for the most part because Javon tells my whole life history.
Yes.
Like your best friend knows everything, so he tells the world. I don't have no secrets to America, like not anymore. But you can ask us anything, Casey. So pick 2 questions, ask us, and we'll be glad to answer them because we asked you 1,000 questions in this last 30-minute block.
Okay, cool. Just out of curiosity, because you guys are indie fans, your favorite independent promotion and your favorite independent wrestler, and why?
Ooh,
Just out
Javon.
of curiosity from the wrestler's perspective.
Javon, we'll let you lead this one off.
Oh, for me right now is GCW. And Nick fucking Gage. He's the man. That's my guy. Like,
great answer. Okay. I liked it.
Jacoby.
It's a tough one.
Doesn't have to be like your favorite, but like one you enjoy the most, you know, or like that you'll watch every show.
Yeah, for sure. Give me some of Jacob Fatu. I love Jacob Fatu. I think he's got a bunch of potential moving forward. As soon as he gets in the right situation for him, I think he could actually take it by storm. But until then, I mean, I still tune into whatever he's doing.
That's dope.
So I'm a hometown boy, right? So I have to say VCW, right? Because it's Virginia, and that's where we're at. So we gotta root for the hometown. It's a couple of guys out there that I really like enjoy. Blake Chadwick's one that comes to mind. He's pretty good. He has some good things going on. Trying to think if it's anybody else. No, not nobody off the top of my head out VCW that I'm really like kind of keeping my eye on. I was trying to think of female talent. I can't really think of any female talent that's really blowing up out there. Javon, any female talent in VCW that you know?
I haven't heard of any lately.
Yeah, like they've been tamed with the female talent.
Yeah.
But great question. What else?
What's your favorite color?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, you can't tell what my favorite color is?
Red.
Yeah, all red everything.
Okay. Taken.
I'm a diva. Okay, like so. No, I enjoy the color red. And some people say red is a power color, right? It's also a very it's a strong color. Mm-hmm. And it's not just like power, like you know, power hungry, or you know, you want to be on top. It's almost settling. It's almost hope, and to a certain extent. You know, the Superman has a red S on his chest. Captain America has red, white, and blue shield. It's a color it's a strong color, you know. So I like red.
Good answer.
Mine's is blue. I like it simple.
To complete the trifecta, mine's like a mossy green. I've always been like a green type of guy.
Oh, nice.
Hold the fuck
mossy
on. Wait.
Green. That's
hold the fuck on. Mossy.
Where did that come from?
Where the fuck did that come from?
No, I'm into like nature and stuff. Like so mossy green.
Oh.
Like when I studied abroad in college, and when I was in Ireland, that's all there was mossy green everywhere I went. So
Ireland's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, Miss Kasey, tell our fans where they can find you and follow you on social media.
Find me at Twitter at Catal Kasey. My Instagram is Kasey Lynn with an E Kirk _, and do not add me on Facebook. I say this every time, but like I hate checking Facebook, and I'm probably not going to respond. So, and that's not because I don't like you. It's just because I don't check it. So.
Right, and you are available for bookings as well, correct?
Yeah, for right now I'm staying like local, so I have 2 more shows this week, and then actually I'm in Florida in January, so screw the staying local thing. But that's probably the last place I'll be for a little bit until this shit calms down.
Okay, yeah, this shit, right? Like this shit. At least you get to fly, like.
Yeah. Oh,
and
scary.
I heard flying's like the safest it's ever been.
I was just on the plane last week, and
here we go.
They crammed everybody on that damn plane.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, not one seat was empty.
Shut up.
No.
Oh, nah.
People are losing it. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, not at all. I'm not flying anywhere there. I'll just drive. Well, thank you from the guys at the hardest part of the ring. We hope you enjoyed your time with us and hanging out, and we hope you come back.
Yes,
again.
This was fun.
Most definitely, and hopefully you tell your friends. We will. Indie Underground is a thing, right? And the more indie people we get in to come hang out, it's the more we can again spotlight on you guys. And it's important that we America. It's important that we spotlight our indie wrestlers. All of these people that you see that's mainstream right now that you love and you care for and blah, 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 blah. Most of them started in somebody's bingo hall, high school gym, so on and so on and so forth, right?
Bounce castle, yeah, everything.
Right. So they are the lifeblood of the sport that we all love, which is professional wrestling. So again, Kasey, we thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
No problem. All right, Jake, you stopping?
Yeah.